And hello again. It is I, Lene Javette, with my beautiful co-host Keisha Ravenel. We are two of the five of the Melanated Air Hour. For 1 hour every Tuesday and Thursday, we go live and we talk about business and life and news from a melanated perspective. We usually do it with a panel of us. There's usually a lot of us, but
Yeah,
it's the holidays and folks are starting to get busy. People are out there shopping, doing what they do.
right.
And we still wanted to make sure you guys had some live content. So me and Keisha are gonna hold it down today.
We
What's
hold
up,
it
Twan? Hey, hold it down.
down.
You know what? We want to talk about success in 2022. We want to talk about goals, dreams, and aspirations specifically for Black people. I am a business development strategist, but really what I do as a strategist is I help people to reach their goals, whether that's in business or life. I am freaking amazing at looking at somebody's goals,
That's
aspirations, or their dreams and saying, let me tell you how to make that happen. That's literally what I get paid to do every day. And as we start looking at 2022, I want to do that with you guys. I'm literally about to give away like $700 worth of game right
Woo!
now and help you guys, hey, and
Yeesh.
help you guys be strategic about your new year. If you've already done it, great. If you haven't done it, you are in for something spectacular because I want you to be successful. I want you to reach your goals. Too often we hear new year, new me, and then the new year comes and there's no new me. It's the same you. Or you get to the new year, you have these great goals and these great aspirations, but no plan for how you're going to accomplish them. And then the year ends, and you're like, "Damn, I'm right back in the same spot that I was in last year."
Yeah.
And going into 2022, I just want to make sure that you are properly positioned and prepared for this new year. Okay.
Yes.
So, with that being said, please let us know in the comments. What do you have a plan for 2022? Do you have a goal for 2022? Is there something you're looking to do? Are you looking to leave your job? Are you looking to start your side hustle? Are you looking to start your business? Are you looking to write a book? Are you looking to start a trucking company? Are you looking to go back to school? Are you looking to get married? Are you looking to find a
Mm,
boo?
mm.
Are you looking to lose some weight? I mean, something new runs the gamut, right? It could be a variety of different things in the new year. But before I get into actually being strategic about that, I want to talk about Keisha. Keisha left her job this year.
Yes, I
Hey, give her the boop, boop, boop.
Yay!
Keisha became a full-time entrepreneur this year, right? So she's going to be our case study for our conversation today.
Yay.
Okay, EC, I see you. You want to start a trucking business? You want to buy one real estate property? Boom.
Love
And so
it.
it shall be. Here's the thing: if you can't say what your goals are, you're not going to achieve them. Okay. You
Yes.
have to be able to articulate what you want. It doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is. You have to literally be able to vocalize it. So I'm going to throw some of your guys' goals up here on the screen. So Twan says he wants to start school in January.
Awesome.
Shout out to you, Twan. We love you and we support you in that. We believe that in January you will be starting school, my brother.
Ooh, I speak it.
Yes. Go. EC says start trucking business and buy one real estate property.
Yes.
Keisha, you can get Jeffrey.
Start side hustle for health and wellness. I love it.
Yes. What's the name of it, Jeffrey? What's the name of your business going to be? Felicia, I like how you spell your name, girl.
That's
She
cool.
says, I have no idea. She says, I have an idea, but no plan. Okay, Felicia, stay tuned because we're going to talk
Okay.
about how to turn your idea into a plan. That's what we're talking about today. You have a book, a business, a multifamily property. Okay, stay tuned.
Nice.
We're going to talk about strategy today. Keisha, you want to read Jerry? Oh, he's
B-
just
B1 from LA. What's up?
went through LA. Hey, Cindy.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
May. Thank you.
So before we get into this conversation, I often like to give people perspective because if we're having a conversation about goals and achieving goals and how you're going to be successful and what the strategies are to reach those goals, you kind of want to know who are you talking to, right? Like how do I know that you can help me reach my goals, Lene? Like I don't know you. I just see you on Melanated Air every now and then. What goals have you achieved? Why should I listen to you? And that's actually a great question to ask. You should definitely want to know who you're talking to, who you're listening to before you start listening to somebody. Be strategic, right? So I'm going to give you guys a teeny tiny small snippet of my background so that you understand and better know why I'm qualified to have this conversation with you guys. Okay. And I'm going to try to give it to you as quick as I can. I may leave some stuff out, but I want you to really grasp the concept of vision, um, physical vision, and then also goal achievement. What does it take and how do you go about your goals? Okay. So I will tell you that when I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go to Spelman. I wanted to be an AKA. That was when I was 12. Okay. When I was 14, I flunked out of ninth grade, and therefore, doctor went out the window along with Spelman and AKA. I was able to go back to 10th grade. I went to an alternative school so that I could make up ninth grade and 10th grade. By 12th grade, I was able to finish on time, graduated with 3.67. I got my first car when I went to college. Wrecked it, ran it up under a truck, falling asleep, going to see some dude. And I had the car totaled. The car was totaled. And my best friend's uncle co-signed for it for me because, Black parents, we don't co-sign for our kids' stuff. And so when I wrecked the car and it was totaled out, it had $2,500 left owed on it that I had to pay for as a 19-year-old. And that's how I started dancing. So some of you guys know I became a stripper. That's the reason why and how. I danced from the age of 19 to 22. When I was 22, I was like, something has to change in my life. I need to do something different. I know this is not what I want. So I packed up my bags from Phoenix and I moved back home to California. I left Phoenix in April. I got a job in July, met my son's father in August, and was pregnant in September. Like, that's how fast setting a goal and turning things around, like boom. So I'm 23 now. Pregnant. I'm a single mom. I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to jump forward a little bit I went to cosmetology school, got my cosmetology license because I knew I wanted to do hair, a goal. Went to school, got the license. I'm just showing you kind of how goal achievement works. Set the goal, got the license. But I'm a single mom, realized I can't do hair as a single mom. So stopped doing that. Became an administrative assistant. That administrative assistant position brought me back home to Phoenix, where I became an executive assistant at a $1 billion company. That's the last company I worked at before becoming an entrepreneur. While at that job, I got my bachelor's degree and I got my MBA. At that position, I started my first business. Okay. So now I'm kind of coming into entrepreneur. After starting my first business, that business blew up. I raised $10,000 in crowdfunding. From there, I started my second business and moved to Atlanta. That's where I met Dr. Boyce. I put on and hosted the first All Black National Convention. I have now hosted 3 of the 6 All Black National Conventions. I have started my second company. I've written and created over 10 online courses. I am a published author.
I didn't know this. Like, I love this because I'm learning so much about you. I'm just like, wow. Like, I feel like every time we have a show, it's just like, I didn't know that.
You don't know a lot of stuff. And I want to give this context so that when we talk about achieving goals, I want you to be like, damn, that bitch, she done did some stuff. And I don't talk about a lot of this stuff, right? And so I've hosted 2 and 3 day events. I've published a book. I'm on my 3rd business. I travel the world. I speak. So I'm telling you these things not to boast me, but just to give you perspective on how I am a dope strategist. Like, when I see something, when I say something, when I speak something into existence, I know how to go after it and get it. Okay. And I'm a very visual person. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. I am a vision boarder. Can you guys see that? I believe in putting your vision in front of you. I have done this almost every year since about 2012. It's how I got my first house. It's how I got my first brand new car. It's how I decorated. Like, I move with visual vision. So I give that perspective just so that you guys know, like, okay, she's not just talk. She's actually accomplished a couple of things. She's done some stuff. Okay. So that's the only reason I gave that, is just for perspective. One, so you don't feel like, oh, things have come easy for her. No, I've done things. I've struggled. I've had to work. I've started at the bottom. Now I'm here. Like it's been a journey. And I want everyone on this call on this live to know that doesn't matter where you're at right now. If you have a goal and you have a vision and there's something that you want to execute on, it's possible. Okay. So now let's start with Keisha. Keisha, who left her job this year.
I did.
How did that feel?
It felt amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing to finally give in my letter of resignation. And I remember I was sitting at this coffee shop with my best friend, and I was just like, it's here. Like, I can't be there anymore. And I sat there. I was actually creating content for my business. And then at the very end of the day, when we were about to leave, I was like, okay, I have to write this letter of resignation. And I wrote it and I sent it, and I felt so free. Like, I felt so like, wow, like I cannot believe I did that. Like, because I'm not the person that kind of like goes off track, right? So everyone that kind of that knows me, it's like she's very like by the book. So, from elementary school is junior high school, from junior high school is high school, from high school college, college grad school career, right? Like, I was very like by the book, not really doing anything out of the ordinary or like taking risk or anything like that. Like, I'll do like little side businesses, but I feel like this was one of the biggest risks that I've ever taken, like one of the biggest jumps that I've ever taken. And it felt so liberating, because even though I had my business, it hadn't replaced my job's income yet. So it was just like, well, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to have faith that it's going to happen. There's momentum there. So I'm just going to do it. And I did it.
Question is, before you left your job, right? Did you, so I don't know how many of you guys read the Bible. I'm not going to go into religion, but the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. So did you write your vision out? Were you strategic about quitting your job? Did you wake up one day and was like, I'm going to leave my job? Or did you actually say, you know what, 2021, I'm going to leave my job?
All of the above. So I'm big on manifestation. Actually, I know you know, Lene, like the book, The Secret, the documentary, The Secret, you know what I'm talking? Yes. So like, if you guys have not watched that documentary, if you have not read that book, I highly recommend it, because it talks about manifesting the life that you want, that you can have the life that you want as long as you believe it, right? As long as you see it, you write it down, you feel it. So yes, I did write that down for 2021. I said this year, and for this year, I did something different. So every January 1st, I write down my goals. So I don't do like the vision board, but I do write it out. Like, I'm a visual print learner. Like, I remember things through writing. So I wrote it out in my book of goals. And this year, I wrote it out as I am statements. Yeah, I know I'm all about I am enough, and that's my line, right? But typically, I write it as, this is what I want to do. This year is, this is what I am. This is what I'm doing. Like, it already manifested. So I wrote it out as, I am a full-time entrepreneur, and my business income has replaced my job's income. So that's how I wrote it out. Like, I no longer work, right? So when I look back on that, just maybe last week, I was like, whoa, I didn't even remember that I wrote this down, So I am a huge believer of writing down what you want and it coming to fruition. So yes, I did write it down, but even before that, I planned to leave my job. So I had been planning to leave my job since 2019.
Okay.
And I had a whole plan. I had another business set. And then 2020 hit, and it was COVID. So I was working from home. I was getting paid. I was kind of living the life. I was doing my business. I was like, this is easy money. I'm not quitting now. So I stayed through 2020, but I realized that even with me working from home and even with the job being easy, it was still taking from me emotionally. It was still taking from me spiritually, because I didn't want to do it. Like, I didn't want to be there. So I made a vow to myself that I would only do things and surround myself with people that feed my soul. And this job was not feeding my soul. So I said, oh no, it's time to go. I don't care how easy it is. I don't care about the money. I don't care about anything. Like, I have to leave. So I set that in place. I put that in my mind, and it was still hard because it was still that jump. It was still something out of the ordinary that Keisha didn't normally do. Usually Keisha is by the book, and this wasn't by the book for me. So I took the leap finally. I spoke to my therapist about it, and she told me, she was just like, look, you have the money to leave, because I had my savings, I had my investments, and I prepared to leave, right? So I did that by building up my savings account, by building up my investments, so that even if they fired me, right, I had something to fall back on. So she said to me, you have the savings. So it really is about what's more important to you. Is the money that you're continuing to get from the job more important, or is the time more important? So like she said, your time, you reclaim your time if you leave your job, and that's time that you could put towards your business. And I'm like, wow, I never thought about it like that. So I had to make a decision, and I was actually kind of forced out because they had the vaccine mandate. So I decided, like, whether I'm going to get it or not, I'm not going to allow a job that I don't want to be at to tell me what I'm going to do in my body. So that was another thing where I had planned to leave anyway, but this was like the perfect opportunity. I felt like this was like God showing me, like, okay, like, it's time for you to go. And I feel like he kept showing me that. And that was kind of like the icing on the cake. So here I am 3 months later, and it was amazing. I'm one of the best decisions of my life.
Awesome. So vision is super important when we're talking about being strategic with your life, right? In reference again to the Bible, you want to write the vision, make it plain. But writing is just the first step. And unfortunately, that's where most people stop, right? They literally, beautiful Chaos said, wow, thank you so much for sharing. They usually sit and you write out a to-do list. And a lot of times we see this at this time of year. New year, new me, new year, New Year's resolutions. And we write goals, and then we stop there. But it really takes a strategy. It really takes an execution plan. It really takes deadlines, due dates, how to, right? One of the reasons I'm such an advocate for the vision board is exactly what Keisha said. She said she forgot that she wrote it down. I pass by my vision board. It's the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning. It's the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning. It's the last thing I see before I go to bed. I sit with it. I stand with it. I look at it on a regular basis. I measure my success throughout the year. I measure where am I going? Who am I talking to? What events am I at? What conversations am I having? And do they align with what I said I wanted to accomplish this year? When I'm teaching or I'm coaching or I'm talking to my clients, I make them write out their goals. And then I make them write out what is their strategy for achieving that goal. So I'm going to go to some of you guys that talked about goals. So Twan Burgess said start school in January, right? So this is a great goal. This is a great aspiration for 2022, Twan. And again, we bid you nothing but success in this journey. What I would ask you, and anybody else who's on this live right now and has a goal, is what is the strategy that you're going to put behind it? As we listened to Keisha talk, she talked about the financial planning that had to take place to be ready, what that faith looked like, even though she didn't have the funds, all of the funds together. So part of vision and or strategy is in laying those bricks, that preparation. What school do you want to go to? Do they have financial aid?
Right.
Do you have the program that you're looking at? Is the program that you're looking at, how is that going to affect your future? Like you want to look at the goal and break it down. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys my tip on how to execute a strategy on your
Get your notebook and pens out, y'all. Y'all don't play. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all heard her in the beginning. $700 worth of game.
I'm giving y'all a strategy session. So If you want to achieve, let me preface this with a statistic. Let me preface this with the statistic. I'm gonna share my screen real fast. Share my screen window. This one. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a statistic. So I literally just taught this class on how to activate your vision. And one of the statistics that I shared with the people in the room was, do you know how many people actually activate their vision? So how many people actually come up with the vision, come up with the goal, and then actually activate it, like achieve it? Okay. According to the University of Scranton, a whopping 92% of people never actually achieve the goals that they set. 92% of people, leaving 8% of society in a very elite category of goal achievers. Now, we know that the 1% controls most of the world. That means only 7% of regular, everyday people are achieving their goals. How wild and crazy is that? That's crazy. That's super crazy. Now, what I would ask you guys is, do you want to be in the 7% or do you want to be in the 92%? Right? And that's just the number. Like, if we were to break that down one further, how many of those people are Black people?
Right. Hello.
Okay. Now, we on here are B1, and my whole business is built on making sure the Black people are successful. So I'm like, how do I help Black people widen that? So let me tell you what I do with my clients. This is how I literally help my clients to create plans, to create strategies that they can execute for the goal. Okay. So what you do is, all the strategy is digging into your to-do list by 5 levels.
Ooh, I like this.
Okay. So you're digging into, what'd you say?
I said, I like this. Let me get my notes out.
So you're digging into your to-do by 5 levels, right? So we'll stay with Keisha, right? And I'll do that. I can help you guys. Anybody who's on here, if you put in what you want to accomplish, I will do a couple of these live. Okay. So tell me what your goals are for 2022, and I'll walk through 1 or 2 of them and show you and actually create a strategy for you. Okay. Okay. So we'll do Keisha's t-shirt business for right now. Okay. Because she's on the line. It is a little bit easier for me to do it right here. So Keisha wants to start a t-shirt business. I'm writing it down so that I can see myself do it. A t-shirt business. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna share my screen. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Let's do, okay. So let's say t-shirt business. Okay. Yep. So now, and I'm going to cheat a little bit because I do this. This is literally what I get paid to do. So I'm going to cheat and just kind of share one of my clients' businesses that I just did the other day. Hold on a second.
And can I just mention, I know that starting your goals in January is like the big thing, but if it's October and you have something that you want to achieve, then go for it. Right? You don't have to wait until a certain month, or a certain year to do it, right? Because the longer you prolong it, the harder that it may be for you to start. So start now, start where you are. We are, what is this, November 30th, so if there's something that you want to do that you can do right now, go for it, do it.
Okay, so okay, I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to share a different screen. If I can share this with you guys. Share my screen. Which window? This one. Okay, share. All right. So this is what a strategy looks like. All right. So if this were, I gotta make sure I don't show too much because this is a real strategy that I created for somebody. Okay. So this is a particular client. They wanted to do a t-shirt company, and they wanted to do, oh, I can't show too much. That's their whole strategy. Okay, come down here. Okay. So t-shirt business, you want to do some research on the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you say research on the industry, you want to write down what type of research does that look like exactly? Okay.
Yep.
You know that you're starting a teacher company, so that means you have to develop a brand. So you need to know who is the target audience. What is the problem you're going to solve with that target audience? How are you going to solve it?
Yep.
What separates you from the other people in your industry? You want to have a tagline. You need brand colors. You need to have a logo. Maybe not a photo shoot, social content, but it's not a to-do list. You see how deep this brand development is? Like it's more than just, oh, I got to do. No, strategic strategy. Okay. Social media. Let's see. How are you going to engage with the people in your audience? What is your content going to be? How are you going to use your social media? How are you going to reach people? Where is your target audience located?
Lene, this is most of my course on how to start your teacher business.
Because you're strategic, right? You need to have your marketing strategy, and it's not just say, "Oh, how am I going to market?" You have to do you have a CRM? Do you have a content strategy? How are you going to retarget these people? Do you have a monetization plan? I can't show no more. That's all I can show because that's a live strategy. But literally, that's how you create a strategy for what it is that you want to do. Now, that was just, that's like a t-shirt business, if you will, but it's the same for anything you want to do in life. If you're going back to school, how are you going to go? Who's going to watch your kids? How much is it going to cost? Who's going to make dinner on those nights? Who's going to get up and take them to school the next morning? When are you going to do your homework? It's literally all of those things. And then after you create each one of those things, you have to go back to that and give it 2 or 3 layers of how you're actually going to fulfill that item.
Yes. And may I add, so I see a lot of people, they're saying they're leaving their job next week. Congratulations. One of their biggest goals, LaDonna, one of my biggest goals for 2022 is resigning from my HR position and starting a career in real estate and insurance. Congratulations on that. I speak it for you already. It's done. It is done, LaDonna. So for those of you who are transitioning into full-time entrepreneurship, please, please, please create a schedule for yourself, because that's something that I didn't do. So I was just like, oh, I'm leaving my 9 to 5. Like, I don't have to work like that anymore. Like, I'll work when I want to. Like, so if I want to start work at 6 p.m. on Tuesday and then 4 p.m. on Wednesday, then that's what I'm going to do. But that was the wrong move. And I quickly noticed that, because I was just like, whoa, like I'm starting to feel burnt out, or I'm not getting everything done that I want done. So I created a schedule for myself, and I said, okay, my schedule is 12 to 8. I like my mornings to be free because I like to do whatever I want in the mornings. I don't want to have to like wake up and like feel like, oh, I have to do it. Like, I want it to be free and seamless. So I scheduled my business around me, right? And that's something that you can't do with a 9 to 5. So I had the wrong mindset. My mindset when I first resigned was, oh, I'm gonna work whatever I want. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it when I want. But what it really was, okay, create this schedule around who you are. So who I am, the 12 to 8, it just works perfectly for me. So I would recommend to you all, create that schedule. Tell yourself, okay, on Mondays, this is what I do. On Tuesdays, this is what I do. And like Lene said, like, be strategic about how you are planning out your days, your weeks, your months, because that also plays a part in it. Don't think you just gonna quit your job and you're gonna lay up all day watching Netflix.
No, ma'am. Start how you want to finish. I can't say that enough. And we've had this conversation before. A lot of times when you first become an entrepreneur, you are team no sleep, and you don't get a lot of sleep because you're working a lot of hours and you're working the late night shift and you're doing it all. But at some point you want to transcend out of solopreneur, entrepreneur into CEO, and put systems and processes in place so you're not working like a horse. And that's where what Keisha's talking about, that schedule comes into place. Respect your schedule, make other people respect your schedule. Because if not, you will be an entrepreneur that you'll be dog tired working your business. And you don't want to do that. You want to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the freedom that comes with being an entrepreneur. So start how you want to finish. Put a schedule in place. Respect that schedule. Use your calendar. Those things are always important.
Yes. And I'm huge on mindset and mental health. So I've experienced burnout before where, and this is when I was working, and I had my business on the side, but like I let my business run me to the ground. And then for a month and a half, because I overworked and I didn't have that schedule in place, there was nobody there to run my business because I burnt out. So that is not a good strategy, guys. Like, do not burn out. Make sure you pace yourself. And by putting that schedule in place, for me, it helps me with my mindset. It helps me with my mental health because, like, I was diagnosed with anxiety and, I have these things, these other things as far as mental health that I have to make sure I am prioritizing. So I don't want my business to now, I don't want my mental health to decline as a result of me working on my business. So yes, make sure you definitely have that schedule.
So I saw a comment, beautiful chaos. First of all, I love your name. You put, I'm leaving my job next week to work full-time as a notary / loan signing agent. I like to make 6 figures next month. So congratulations to you on that. And I'm going to share something with you guys right now to show you how to be strategic in planning for your finances. Okay. Making 6 figures is all about preparation. Okay. So you have to actually prepare to make 6 figures. Okay. So one of the first things you want to do before you prepare to make 6 figures next year is look at what you made this year. How much money did you make this year? Right? Hopefully you have money goals for this year. Okay. But you want to look at what your money was this year. Where did you make money? How did you make money? And then you want to create your goals for 2022. Let me see if I can get to it. No, revenue goals. So the first thing you'll want to do is figure out what your goal is. You said 6 figures. So let's say round numbers, $100,000. That means you're looking to make $25,000 each quarter. So have your quarterly goals situated so that you know how much money you want to make each quarter, and then break that down by each month. That way you know how much money you have to make each month, and that will let you know how many signings you have to do each week. Okay, that's how you're going to know if you're on track for your goals. And then also create just some type of revenue goal spreadsheet if you can. That will help you to keep on track. A lot of times we create goals, but then we don't track them or break them down all the way down to the month. So when you create your annual goal, after you create your annual goal, then you want to create your monthly goal. Then after you create your monthly goal, you want to create your weekly goal. And then if you're anal like me, you should know what your daily goal is. Right. Because that's how you know if you're on track, right? So $100,000 for the year is $25,000 a quarter. Is let me give Brandy, I'm about to tell you right now, $100,000 divided by 52 weeks means you need to make $1,923.07 a week. And this is where it gets tricky. How many days a week do you want to work? 7 days a week, 5 days a week? Because if you want to work 5 days a week, then you would divide that by 5, which means you have to make $385 a day in order to make $100,000 for the year. So that is how strategy works. It's not just saying, oh, I want to make $100,000 a year. Okay, what does that look like?
Right.
Things you have to sell. How often do you have to sell it? Are you doing the selling? Do you have a product? Do you want passive income? Like, that's strategy, not just, oh, I want to make $100,000. How am I going to make this 100?
Yeah.
Am I required to do it? Am I going to do like Keisha and start a passive income business? Am I going to coach? But like you want to lay that whole $100,000 out so that you know what your goals are on a weekly basis, on a daily basis when you wake up. And here's the thing: one day you might make 300. The next day you might make 700. The next day you might make 0. It will fluctuate, right? But you want to know what that goal is. So at the end of the week, did you make $924? Right. Did you make $600? So that you know next week, okay, I got to make $2,400 because I didn't hit my goal last week. And that's how you stay on track to reach your 100,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Oh, I didn't mean to share that. Remove that. Okay, cool.
So I know a lot of
Amazing.
people are saying that they're working on their mental health. So I feel like that is just important to put out there. Mental health is good to hear. Was taken off of work because of mental health. Like, please, please, please prioritize your mental health, my Black people. Like, I love y'all. And I feel that now we're starting to get into it. And I feel like it's amazing that we are prioritizing our mental health. So, like, let's keep it up because health is wealth, right? So, without your mental health, without your physical health, without your spiritual health, your emotional health, whatever it is, like, you cannot do this, right? Like you have to be good, and I can't say you can't do it, but you may not be able to sustain, right? So make sure you are good mentally. Like, do not allow anyone, any job, anything to take away from your mental health. If you have to stay in a job, or you have to stay in a certain situation, whatever it is, and it's affecting your mental health, please see a therapist. And just really, and I know this show is about strategy, but because mental health came up, like, I want to emphasize, like, it's so important to take care of that.
Well, mental health should be a part of your strategy because
Yes.
a lot of times, and unfortunately, we push our mental health aside by putting our traumas, past issues, limiting beliefs, and fears. We put those things in a closet so
Yep.
nobody sees them and talks about them. We brush them under the rug, hope nobody noticed them. But those are literally the things that keep us from executing on our vision. Those are literally the things that keep us from being strategic. Those are literally the things that keep us from thinking big or going after big goals or leading our job or writing a book or going after what we say we want, because we have these past traumas, these limiting beliefs. Somebody said something to us when we were younger that we didn't get over. There's stuff that has happened to us in our life that keeps us from going out and having all that life wants to give us. So
Right.
that mental health is super important.
And
I
that's,
highly recommend talking to somebody, a behavior therapist, a
yes,
counselor, a psychologist, because it is super beneficial. Keisha's done it. I do it. Like I have a therapist that I
me
speak with
too. I met with my therapist this morning.
and it's good. It allows you to say two things. It allows you to say some of the ugliest stuff that you never thought you would actually physically say out of your mouth. But it also allows you to say some of the most beautiful things, wishes, hopes, and dreams that you didn't feel like you could say because of the ugly things that you've never said out of your mouth.
Right.
That makes sense.
And that's something that I always start with in my course. So in my course, whether I'm working with you one-on-one or in a group setting, I always start with mental health. And no, I am not a therapist, I'm not licensed, but we go over mindset stuff. So I tell them, like, look, if there are any limiting beliefs, like, let's talk about it. Like, do you really feel that you can start your t-shirt business? Because if you don't believe it, then it ain't gonna happen. So you have to believe that now. Like, and what are those limiting beliefs that are stopping you from moving forward, right? What are daily activities that may be stopping you from moving forward, that's holding you back from achieving your goals, from achieving this dream of being a t-shirt business owner? So, like, we literally talk about that in the beginning because that is how important mental health is to me. So I'm not going to just say it for myself and then work with clients and then not, bring it to their attention. And I tell them anything that's beyond my scope, I tell them, like, you should probably speak to a therapist about that. Like, you should probably, speak to a professional that can assist you with that. So,
I'm
yeah,
glad you said professional because your home girl is not your therapist.
your home girl is not your therapist.
Because sometimes we say I gotta call my home, I need a therapy session or retail therapy or food therapy. We're not talking about those type of therapists. We talking about legit professional.
Yes. Yeah, we got to make that clear. Oh man.
Girlfriends is cool, but sometimes you need somebody that can help you work through something, right? If
Right.
you and your homegirl both got the same issue, how's she gonna help you get through your issue? She in the same boat. And
Yes.
there's no shade at all. But in 2022, I want you, my beautiful Black men and Black women, to excel, to
Yes.
upscale, to reach your goals, to feel empowered, to go after the things that God already told you were yours, but you were too afraid to go after because you're not sure if it belongs to you, sir. Ma'am, it belongs to you. You
Yeah.
can have it, but you have to get out of your way and you have
Mhm.
to believe you can have it and you have to go get it. If you have had a vision, write it down, put it up on the wall, look at it every day, pray over it, talk to
Mhm.
it, meditate on it,
Yes.
affirm it. You are enough. I am, I will. Like, don't let that thing go. You are not too old. You are not too young. You are not too light. You are not too dark. You do not have enough. You have more than enough education, and you might not need any education. Like, it
Right.
does not matter. If God said it belongs to you and He put your name on it, all you have
Mhm.
to do is show up so that you can receive it.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
have to show up.
You have to show up. You have to show up.
May said it belongs to me.
That's right. Claim it.
Yes, love
Claim
it.
it.
Yes,
I
and
love it. And I want you guys to jump out of your comfort zone. I feel like I said this a few shows back. Like, you need to jump out of that comfort zone. Nothing grows in a comfort zone. So don't think that it's just going to come to you. Like, it came to you already, right? It came to you in your mind, in your spirit. Now you have to put that action behind it. So make it happen. Like, don't feel like, okay, I'm gonna just stay here and see. Like, no, jump. Let's go. Let's do it. 2022, it's your year. So make it happen.
yes, yes, and yes. Be strategic, okay? That's literally what this whole conversation is about. Is being strategic with your goals and your vision and your aspiration. I have a client I spoke to the other day, a young brother too. I wish maybe he's 34, and he's starting this business that's super fresh. Of course, I can't talk about it because I do NDAs with my clients, but it's super fresh. And we closed out his strategy session with Lene. I feel like I'm isolated. I feel like nobody gets me or understands what I'm doing. Nobody wants to talk about business, so I'm not hanging out with my friends anymore. And it's a very lonely road trying to change your life. And I feel like he said, I feel like I'm transforming and nobody gets it.
Mm,
And so when I spoke to him, I was like, you're absolutely transforming, and that's okay, and that's cool. And the people that are supposed to get it and ride with you and be with you, they will get it. And the people who aren't, it's cool. It's okay to have people that you outgrow. It's okay to have people that don't go with you to the next level.
yep.
You can always come back and hang out with them and chill when you want to, but you don't
Mhm.
have to live there. You still got to keep going
That's right.
forward. You still have to keep
Right.
going up. And so I would challenge all of you guys that are here today to lean into what's in front of you
Yes.
and to step up to what's ahead of you, because the world needs what you have. Your
Mhm.
family needs you to step out and create legacy. Your family needs you to step out and break generational curses. Somebody has to be the first person to do it.
Mhm.
Why not you?
Yep.
Why
Yep.
not you? 2022 is your year.
Yes.
Don't talk about it, be about it. Show
Mhm.
yourself improved. Show you. I have this. Oh, I'm getting ugh. I have this in my personal signature, not my business signature, but in my personal signature. There's this quote that says, and I live by this quote. It says, "You have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it."
Mm.
I love
Mm.
that quote.
I
Yeah,
love that.
right. You have to physically, you have to mentally see it. And a lot of you have already been shown what you're supposed to be doing in the
Yep.
world, in your life, in your business, in your career, with your family, whatever the case may be. You've already been shown it. You know what it is. So you've already seen it. But you
Yep.
have to see it before you can see it.
Yes. Physically see it. Yeah.
Bring it to life.
Yes.
Because if you don't see it, you never will see it, and it
Mhm.
will never exist.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
So,
Whew. Yes.
boom. So hopefully You're going to get your 2022 together and you're going to come back and tell us, you guys, I watched that live you guys did and it inspired me and it put me on fire. And I sat down and I wrote out my vision and then I wrote an execution plan and then I could put my strategy together. And when 2022 hit, it was a new year. Now, this is something I say. It shouldn't be a new year, new you. Like, I'm never new at the new year because I
Right.
need all of my life's experiences. I need my grit. I need my
Yes.
pain. I need my trauma. I need all that stuff. It's not a new me. It's a new mindset.
That's right.
It's not a new year, new me. It's new year, new mindset.
Yes.
New actions, new friends, new conversations, new
Yes.
business, new money.
Yes. And I want to touch on when you said the young man, he said that, you know, his friend, like he feels like he's transforming and his friends, they don't understand him. And that's what happens when you're going to the next level. So if you're there, just know you're where you're supposed to be. You know, like you can't bring everyone with you. We just spoke about this on the last show. You can't bring everyone with you. I have a mentee that I've been telling that to for a couple years. And she's just like, you know, I have all this new information and I want my friends to get it. And I'm just like, but it's not for them to get because it's not for them, it's for you. So I understand that you want to go back and you want to take them with you. But if they're being resistant, guess what? You're going to remain in the same place that you're not supposed to be. God is moving you. God is moving you. So you going back like, oh, but guess what? And she did, and she stayed there because she was trying to bring those people with her. And fast forward 2 years, right? So she hits me up. You were right. You were right. I was trying to bring them with me, and you know, it made me. It kept me back, and I was like, so what are you gonna do now? Because that's okay that you had this roadblock, right? That's okay that you didn't move forward then, but you have the opportunity now. So what are you going to do with now? So we'll
You
see next year.
Hey, you can push and you can pull, which they both exert energy. One, you have more leverage. Pushing, pulling is difficult. Trying to pull somebody and get them to go where you want them to go and do what you want to do, that's difficult. But if somebody's already on the road and they're making the moves and they're already in motion, you just got to give them some push. Okay, I don't mind pushing. We can push all day. But pulling, I might fall backwards. I might hit my head. It's going to be bad.
Right. It's a
Do
mess. It's a mess. Sharon
Okay.
Solomon.
Sharon said, yeah,
Mhm.
she said, can you talk about energy levels? I want things so bad, but how do I get motivated or more energy to reach them? Ooh, that's a great
Love
question.
this question.
You can
So
start that one out. Keisha, go ahead.
one, I just want to preface this by saying I am not a healthcare professional by no means. So, but for me, energy is something that I've struggled with a lot as well. But I noticed that when I'm doing things that has a purpose behind it or passion behind it, I'm more motivated to do it. Another thing, physically, right? I gotta take my vitamins. So that's why I said I'm not like a healthcare professional or anything, but I have to take my vitamins. I am like vitamin D deficient.
Me too.
So like I have to take those vitamins and that lowers your energy, right? Like when you are vitamin D deficient, once again, I am not a healthcare professional.
Disclaimer.
So don't sue me.
Disclaimer. Our opinion and our life's experience.
Yes. Yes. So my experience is, you know, I had to take these supplements so that I could have energy. But just going back to my purpose, there are some times that I don't want to do certain things in my business. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing it. But it's like, wait, guess what? If I don't do it, I don't eat. If I don't do it, you know, like I'm not fulfilling the purpose that I have. I'm not fulfilling the purpose that God put in me. So it's like, okay, that is motivation enough for me to continue on. You know, my family, I think about them. I think about the legacy, right? So there are going to be days. I don't want you guys to think like, oh yeah, when you get that energy, like it's always going to be there. There are going to be some days that you don't feel like doing it. There are going to be some things you don't feel like doing. But remember that purpose. Why did you set out to do this in the first place?
Yeah, the why. I literally wrote the why. Simon Sinek has this book called Focus on the Why.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise is that your why will make you move.
Yes.
Why will cause you to get up.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that you want to do this thing, focus on that, and it will carry you. And a lot of times it will. Um, my why is Black people. My why is the Black community. My
Mm-hmm.
why is legacy.
Yep.
But, and I'm just gonna say it and be honest with you. Sometimes Black people is difficult. Sometimes Black people is hard. Sometimes, you know, it's you can't sell us everything and anything. Sometimes we don't know what's good for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to focus on the bigger picture sometimes. Sometimes it's a fight to
Yeah.
get people to understand what you're doing for them and that it's good for them. And it can be difficult to focus on the why sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because even that's a fight. So what I would say to do is go is what Faye says. Don't make it about emotions because
Yeah.
you're not ever gonna feel like it. You're not gonna
Yeah.
feel like going to the gym. You're not gonna feel like cooking healthy. You're not gonna feel like abstaining. You're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
feel like you are not gonna feel like doing whatever it is that you want to do.
That's right.
But if you can find something that motivates you to get up and do it anyways,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you have to figure out. And a lot of times it's the why.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's I know why I have to get up. I know why I got to do this. I know what the outcome is. So sometimes it's the why, sometimes it's the outcome, but never let it be the feelings because you're never
Yes.
truly going to feel energetic.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've seen interviews of Beyonce saying she stayed up for 3 days working on a conference or a concert. When I'm working on my dissertation, I can be in here for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm working on a conference or retreat, I cannot go to bed for 2 days if I'm doing a launch. Find something that makes your heart smile and it doesn't feel like work because the motivation will show up.
Yeah.
It will be that you will be dog tired.
Yep.
You will still get what you have to get done.
Yep. Yep.
That's where the purpose, profit, and passion come into play. Because if you can get those three things, you will show up for that thing,
For
and
sure.
it'll be beautiful every time, all the time.
And may I share a story of one of my clients? So, I always start with what is your purpose, right? So I don't even work with people that want to start a t-shirt business that don't have a purpose behind why they want to do it. So one of my clients, she had her purpose. It was like maybe a month or 6 weeks in that we were working together. And she was having a very difficult time. Like these outside forces were just dragging her. Like it was hard. And she hit me up and she said, Keisha, thank you for having me start with my purpose because I was ready to quit. I was ready to stop working with you and just not do this t-shirt business. And then I heard you say, what is your purpose? And she said, because I know my purpose, this is why I want to continue on with my t-shirt business. And it just touched me because it's like, dang, like not only is it helping me, like I'm helping my clients to know their purpose, to remember their purpose and to push forward. So that why is just so important.
It is. It's what you fall back on. It's what you
Yeah.
hug at night when you be like, oh, woe is me. I'm tired. I have to spend all this money.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the party. I feel actually that why it carry you through. It definitely will. Sharon says, love, I have to revisit my why. Yes, thank you. Yes. So I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do in 2022. If you've already thought about it, kudos to you. If you haven't, it's not too late to start thinking about what 2022 is going to look like for you. I definitely suggest doing a 2021 recap. What did you accomplish this year? Like, we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't pat ourselves on the back enough.
Mm-hmm.
We don't stop and look at the things that we've done just currently. Like, what have you done this year?
Right.
Where have you progressed in your life in 2021? What didn't take you out this year? What did you make it through? I understand things could have been better. There's things that you could do, but you made it through some shit this year. You still were successful and accomplished some things. You're alive today. So something good happened this year. And then from that, start thinking about what is 2022 going to look like? How is it going to be different? Where am I going to show up? Is it school? Is it real estate? Is it finances? Is it relationship? Is it with my kids? Is it with my health? Is it my mental health? Where do I see myself making improve, and how am I going to do it? Because if you don't put the how, you're not going to be able to measure how close you are to accomplishing it.
Yeah.
So be strategic in your 2022 planning, vision, goals, and aspirations.
Love it.
Keisha, do you have anything to add to that? Anything you want to take us out with?
Man, no, let's go out with that, because that was beautiful. I can't say it any better. That was beautiful.
I love having these conversations with Black people. Like we have a lot of the downtrodden, woe is us, we don't get it together, but we need to have more of the what is it going to take for us to win? We need to have more of the let's come up with a strategy. We need to have more of the how can I help you? What do you need? Where are you trying to go? How can I help you get there? We need to have more of those conversations, because in order for us to win and excel and achieve, we have to know how to execute on our goals. We have to know how to create goals. We have to know how to be clear in that. But then we have to know how to actually execute on the goals that we say we want. We need to be held accountable, and we need to have motivation.
Yes.
Okay. Sharon said, this was great. Thank you. You are so welcome, Sharon. Cannot wait to see what you do in 2022. Angelique, I think it's Angelique. It might be Angelic. Thank you, ladies. You're so welcome.
You're welcome.
ESH. She said, great show. Thank you, ladies. Be one and goals and strategy for 2022. Yes. I pray that you all just take a quiet minute, and think about what you want to manifest in the new year. You literally can do it. Do not let that quiet voice that's right around in here. It creeps up and like, you can't do it. You can't have it. You ain't never had it. You ain't never did it. Your mama, you quiet that voice. The devil is a lie. Rebuke it, bind it, whatever you have to do to get quiet that voice down, and listen to this voice over here that's like, girl, you got it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Here. Or sir, you've got it. King, you got it. Queen.
That's right.
You got this. You got this. You got this. Listen to that voice. Okay. Quiet everything else that doesn't do anything good for you. No weapon formed against you will prosper. I ain't gonna be out here quoting Bible verses, but you know.
She preaching now, y'all.
My point is, you got this. Okay.
Yes.
And then if you need any help, so if you're like, you know what, I do got this, but I really need a little bit of help. I appreciate what you guys did today. Keisha does coaching. So if your thing is starting a business or starting a t-shirt business, and you want to know how to do that and get it off the ground, and you want to do it right, reach out to Keisha. Keisha, what's your website?
You could go to www.weinspirebrand.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at weinspirebrand.com. You could DM me. I answer DMs, y'all. Like, I'm not like other people that don't be answering DMs. I answer DMs. So, if you want to reach out to me, I am here to answer your questions. I also have free resources. Like, if you want to get started, I understand that you have to get to know me, right? Like, I feel like that should be part of your strategy. And I think you mentioned that earlier, Lene. Get to know me. Like, I don't want you to just, oh yeah, I'm gonna work with Keisha. You don't know if I'm gonna be a good fit for you, right? You don't know if you like me like that.
And that's important. You want to make sure you work with somebody that know what they do and what they talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why I opened this conversation kind of with my little resume. So you guys were like, oh, okay, she done been through some things. She's seen some things. I want to be able to, but want you to know that I can back up what I talk about. Because that's important, especially in social media. People be out here faking and fronting. So I also do strategy sessions. I do life strategy sessions, and I do business strategy sessions. So if you're somebody who's like, I want to get my life together professionally and in my career, you can definitely check out one of my strategy sessions. That one is called the Upscale My Life strategy session. But if you're a business owner or a potential business owner, or somebody who's wanting to start a business and you want to do it right the first time, or get your business turned around and you're not sure what to do, then I would recommend the Upscale My Business strategy session, where we can break your business apart brick by brick and build something that's strong and make sure the foundation is good. So if you are interested in either one of those, you can definitely go to my Instagram at I am Lene Javette, click on the link, and it shows all the different things that I do. Or you can go straight to my website, www.lenejavette, which is my first and middle name.com. At the top, it says strategy sessions. I will tell you that I still have some strategy session specials right now. I think it's 25% off. I think it's 25% off the strategy sessions. So if you do decide that you want to do a strategy session with me, when you go to pay for it, put the code MAB1 in there. MA like melanated air, B1 like black first.
That's right.
And you can save 25% on a strategy session. So if you decide to do a strategy session, when you go to my website and you go to the strategy session, put MAB1 as the code, and it will save you 25% on the strategy session.
And can I just mention that if you are interested in starting your t-shirt business in December, every Monday in December, I am running a boot camp. So it is a 4-week boot camp, and it's free, y'all. So
No,
yeah.
I'm about to talk to Jeffrey right now. Go ahead.
But yes, I'm running my boot camp. It starts Monday at 7:30 p.m. So if you're interested, you can go to the link in my bio and We Inspire at We Inspire Brand on Instagram and sign up for the free boot camp.
Sir Jeffrey said no excuses. I took your cash to currency class. How was that class? Since you on here, it better be a good review.
Well, I'm blocking you, Jeffrey.
And no, I'm just talking mess out here in these streets. But yeah, definitely, if you guys are interested in either a class or a course, right? So I still have all of the specials up. Who's that? Let me see how many people are in here. Okay, Keisha, I hope you don't mind if I do this, but if you go to, let me see if I can do this. I think it's still on my website. So if you go to my website, LeneJavette.com, and it's probably going to be slow. I apologize. At the top, it says MAB1. If you click on MAB1, I created this page for our Black Friday thing that we did. So these are all the things that I have on special right now, whether it's my courses or my strategy sessions. So if you come here, you can do a pick my brain for 30 minutes. You can do an upscale my life for 60 minutes or upscale my business for an hour and a half. When you click on it like that, when you put in redeem the code MAB1, it will drop your price by 25% on the strategy sessions. Nice. But on the courses, all of my courses, not all of them, but these 6, if you put in MAB1, it will save you 40% on those classes. So the course to currency, how to raise $10,000 with crowdfunding. If you're interested in starting a business, you can check out the Mogul Blueprint. If you want to white label a product, if you have a business but you want to master it or you want to learn how to write a book, all of these courses are 40% off. I haven't ended the code yet. I will be ending this code probably on Monday at the end of this week. So if you're interested in any of these things, use the code MAB1, and then you can benefit from 25% off on strategy sessions or 40% off on a course.
Awesome. Y'all better stop playing.
Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed our talk today. Again, we just wanted to come and just give you some motivation, some empowerment, some light as you head into this new year, and some empowerment and some words of encouragement and wisdom and power, because we are resilient people. Mm-hmm. We are beautiful people. We are strong people. We are innovative people. And I pray that 2022 sees your dreams and goals fulfilled.
Yes.
Okay. With that, we bid you farewell and adieu. As always, be blessed, be Black, and be one. We'll see you guys next time.